Have you ever wondered why, while you take very careful care of your orchid, water it regularly, and fertilize it properly, yet the plant still develops yellow leaves, stem rot, root rot, and even dies very quickly? When facing this situation, many people assume the orchid can no longer recover and quickly throw it away. In today's video, I will guide you on how to replant and restore a weakened orchid using just one simple ingredient that is easy to find, along with a very easy process. If done correctly and with consistent care, your orchid can absolutely grow new roots, produce new leaves, and gradually come back to life. If you love growing orchids, do not forget to subscribe to the Wonder Garden channel so you do not miss useful orchid care and recovery tips. First, we need to inspect this orchid thoroughly. This orchid spike is developing dormant nodes, but the base has gradually rotted, and the rot is spreading upward toward the spike. I need to cut it off immediately so that the rot does not spread upward to the dormant nodes. In addition, I will remove the old stems that no longer have the ability to support the plant. In this video, I will restore this base first. You can see that new shoots are appearing on this orchid stem, so I will keep the necessary parts and guide you further in the next video. The first mistake that many beginner orchid growers often make is keeping the old growing medium and continuing to care for the plant as usual. Most orchids purchased from nurseries are grown in moss, a very common growing medium, because it retains water well and helps the plant grow steadily under professional care conditions. However, when bringing the plant home, many people often water based on guesswork without controlling the actual moisture level of the growing medium. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language, comment below, and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. This causes the moss to continuously retain a large amount of water around the root system for a long time. When orchid roots remain in an overly wet environment, they lack enough air for respiration, gradually weaken, and begin to rot. This is the most common cause of root rot, stem rot, yellow leaves, and plants gradually dying after a short period even though they are still watered and cared for regularly. Now, I will remove all of the old moss from the base of the plant. Do this gently and carefully to avoid damaging the healthy roots. Completely removing the old moss helps us accurately inspect the root system and detect rotten, dry, or damaged roots hidden inside. At the same time, this also removes excess moisture, dirt, and harmful agents that may have accumulated in the growing medium over time. After removing all the moss, the entire root system will be clearly visible. At this point, I will use pruning scissors to cut away all rotten, blackened, or mushy roots. These roots are no longer capable of absorbing water and nutrients. Keeping them will increase the risk of fungal disease and continue affecting the health of the plant. During pruning, keep roots that are still firm, solid, and healthy green or silvery white in color. Removing damaged roots helps the plant focus energy on the healthy remaining parts while creating favorable conditions for the formation of new root tips in the future. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. After removing all damaged roots and parts, I will rinse the entire orchid with clean water. This step helps remove leftover rotten root pieces, dirt, old growing medium residue, and impurities attached to the roots and stem. At the same time, washing helps us better observe the actual condition of the plant after pruning, making it easier to perform the next treatment steps. After rinsing, the orchid will be cleaner, more ventilated, and ready for sanitizing, recovery, and replanting in a new environment. After washing, I will let the orchid dry naturally in a well-ventilated and dry place. Allowing the plant to dry properly helps remove any excess water remaining on the roots and stems, reducing prolonged moisture. To sanitize and support the orchid's recovery, today I will use ginger, a very familiar and easy-to-find ingredient in the kitchen. I will use about 10 grams of fresh ginger, then slice it very finely so the compounds in the ginger can be extracted more easily. Ginger contains many natural plant compounds, especially gingerol, shogaol, and antioxidants. These compounds give ginger its distinctive fragrance and are used by many gardeners in homemade organic plant care recipes. Chopping ginger into small pieces increases the surface area, thereby helping to release its natural active compounds more quickly and effectively when soaked in water. As a result, the extracted solution becomes more uniform and easier to use in plant care. In addition, ginger contains various natural compounds with mild antibacterial properties, which may help reduce the growth of fungi and bacteria in humid conditions. This helps create a safer environment for the roots and plant tissues that are in the recovery stage. After slicing the ginger, I will place all of it into a clean glass cup. If you want to learn the secret to caring for Phalaenopsis orchids, make sure to watch this video carefully until the end. Your orchids will become strong, grow new roots, and bloom vibrantly all year round. Next, add about 500 milliliters of hot water to help extract the natural compounds and essential oils from the ginger. Hot water helps the nutrients dissolve faster, creating a simple solution that can be used to care for and support orchid recovery. After that, stir the mixture well, cover it, and let it soak for 1 day until the water cools completely. During the soaking process, the natural compounds from ginger continue to dissolve into the water, making the solution more uniform and stable. As a result, the nutrients are more fully extracted and become ready for use in plant care. After 1 day, when the ginger solution has soaked long enough, I will strain out all the ginger residue and keep only the liquid. At this point, the natural compounds in the ginger have been extracted into the solution, creating a liquid that can be used to care for the orchid during recovery. Next, I will dilute the ginger solution with 1 liter of clean water and stir well. Diluting helps make the solution gentler and more suitable, allowing the plant to come into contact with it safely during recovery. Stirring thoroughly helps the compounds in the solution dissolve completely, creating a more uniform and stable mixture. At this point, the solution is ready to be used for plant care. Next, pour the solution into a clean glass cup or glass container. If you have questions or want to share about orchids, please post on the community tab of the channel. Let us exchange and learn orchid care experiences together every day. Now, I will soak the entire base and root system of the orchid after the cut wounds have dried into this solution. When soaking, the solution will directly contact the roots and freshly pruned areas, helping rehydrate the plant after 1 day of drying and supporting the recovery process. I will soak the plant for about 10 to 15 minutes, enough for the roots to absorb moisture and natural nutrients from the solution. I will pour the remaining solution into a spray bottle and spray evenly over the entire leaf canopy, stem, and base area. The fine mist helps distribute the solution evenly across the plant surface, allowing the natural compounds from ginger to contact the leaves and stem more effectively. Misting also helps provide light humidity for the orchid, especially useful for plants that are weakened or have lost many roots after treatment. At the same time, the leaves are cleaned of dust, helping photosynthesis work more efficiently, which supports the plant in storing energy to develop new roots and leaves. In addition, proper misting helps reduce water loss through the leaf surface, keeping the leaf tissues in a more balanced state under changing environmental conditions. This is especially important for orchids during the recovery stage, when the root system is not yet fully functional to supply sufficient water. Furthermore, regular misting also creates a thin layer of humidity around the plant, improving the microclimate around the foliage. This helps the plant maintain better vitality and reduces physiological stress during growth. The second mistake that causes many orchids to rot faster is allowing water to remain on the leaves after watering or misting. After watering the plant for about 20 to 30 minutes, if water remains trapped in the leaf joints, leaf axils, or crown and is not removed, it creates a persistently wet environment. For Phalaenopsis orchids, these are highly sensitive areas. When water accumulates for too long, bacteria and fungi can easily grow, causing the leaves to become waterlogged, gradually yellow, and eventually rot. Many people think the plant is sick because of insufficient fertilizer or water, but in reality, the cause is often the small amount of water remaining in these hard-to-see areas. Therefore, about 20 to 30 minutes after watering or misting, I always check the plant again and use tissue paper, soft cotton, or a clean cloth to absorb any remaining water from the leaf joints. This is a very simple action, but it can significantly reduce the risk of leaf rot and crown rot while keeping the orchid healthy during recovery. If this video helps you better understand how to properly care for your plants, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss upcoming videos. After 15 minutes, remove the orchid from the ginger solution and use tissue paper to wipe away excess solution. This step helps remove excess solution, preventing prolonged moisture on the plant surface, thereby reducing the risk of fungi and bacteria developing during the plant's recovery stage. In addition, gently blotting the plant dry also improves airflow around it, reduces stress on root tissues and cut areas, and creates more favorable conditions for the plant to quickly stabilize. Now, I will proceed to replant this orchid. At this point, I will use a transparent plastic pot like this, a type of pot that allows you to easily observe root condition and moisture level inside. Place a layer of foam at the bottom of the pot to improve aeration. The growing medium I choose is still pine bark, a common material that is very suitable for orchids because of its excellent aeration and drainage. However, you need to pay special attention to preparing the pine bark before planting. You can pour boiling water over it to remove fungi and bacteria, or soak it in lime water for about 24 hours. First, place a layer of pine bark at the bottom of the pot to create an aerated cushion for the roots. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. Next, place the orchid in the center of the pot and gently adjust it so the base just touches the pot surface without being buried too deeply. After that, add more pine bark around the roots and gently press it into the gaps between the roots using your hand. This helps secure the plant and keep it upright without damaging the roots. You should work slowly and avoid compacting the growing medium too tightly so the roots have enough room to grow and breathe properly. Finally, cover the top with a thin layer of moss to help retain moisture for the pot. This layer of moss helps maintain stable moisture around the root zone, preventing the growing medium from drying out too quickly, while also creating a soft environment that allows new roots to develop and attach more easily to the fresh substrate. After replanting, place the plant in a cool, well-ventilated area away from direct sunlight, and maintain moisture by misting regularly whenever the growing medium becomes dry. In addition, during the early stage after repotting, you should avoid overwatering to prevent root rot. Instead, maintain light and stable moisture, allowing the plant to gradually adapt to its new environment. Results. After 3 months of proper care, my orchid base has recovered significantly and developed many healthy new roots. New root tips continue growing, firmly attaching to the growing medium and showing that the plant has adapted well to its new environment. Most importantly, a new young shoot has appeared right next to the base of the plant. This is a very positive sign, proving that the orchid still has vitality and that the recovery process has been successful. The appearance of this new shoot shows that the root system is functioning steadily, and the plant has absorbed enough water and nutrients to begin a new growth cycle. From an orchid with yellow leaves and lost roots that seemed impossible to save, the plant is now able to grow again on its own, forming new roots, new leaves, and preparing for future flower spikes. Many orchids in my garden have been successfully restored and bloomed again. Each blooming flower is not only the beauty of nature, but also the result of patience, proper care, and love for plants. What do you think about this orchid recovery method? Have you ever tried saving a weakened orchid in a similar way? Please share your experience or ask your questions in the comments below, so everyone can learn together. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to like, share the video, subscribe to the Wonder Garden channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss orchid care tips. plant recovery methods, and simple, effective organic recipes in upcoming videos. Thank you for accompanying Wonder Garden. See you again in the next videos. Welcome to the Wonder Garden channel. Have you ever experienced buying a Dendrobium orchid pot that was blooming beautifully, only to see the plant gradually become stunted, develop yellow leaves, shriveled stems, and lose its vitality after the flowers faded? This is a very common situation, especially for those who are new to growing orchids. When they see the plant getting weaker and weaker, many people often think that the plant has died or can no longer recover, so they quickly throw it away. Do not let the weak appearance of the plant deceive you. In today's video, I will bring this orchid pot home and guide you step by step on how to treat, recover, and care for it to help the plant become healthy again. With only simple, easy-to-find ingredients and a little patience, we can transform an orchid that seems ready to be discarded into a lush, healthy, and vibrant orchid pot. Let us begin the process of reviving this Dendrobium orchid. First, for weakened Dendrobium orchids like this, you need to thoroughly clean and treat the plant before recovery. Start by removing all yellow leaves, dry wilted leaves, or damaged leaves. These leaves can no longer photosynthesize effectively, but they still consume the plant's nutrients. At the same time, they may become a shelter for fungal diseases and harmful insects. If there are old stem sections that have dried out, shriveled, or show signs of disease, they should also be removed to avoid affecting the healthy parts of the plant. Removing non-functional parts helps the plant reduce energy loss, limits the risk of fungal spread, and allows nutrients to focus on dormant buds, young shoots, and the remaining healthy roots. During pruning, you should make clean and decisive cuts so the wounds are neat, helping the plant heal faster. After cutting off the yellow leaves, gently remove the orchid from the pot. Next, remove all the old growing medium attached around the root system. Over time, old growing media often decompose, become compacted, or accumulate mineral salts and pathogens, affecting root development. Removing the old growing medium helps create better airflow around the root system, preventing prolonged moisture retention and poor aeration, two of the main causes of root rot in Phalaenopsis orchids. As a result, the roots can come into direct contact with a cleaner environment, which encourages regeneration and the development of new, healthy root growth. Once all the old growing medium has been completely removed, you will be able to easily observe the actual condition of the roots and the plant stem. At this point, use scissors or specialized pruning tools that have been thoroughly cleaned to process the damaged parts. Roots that have dried out, turn black from rot, become soft and mushy, or can no longer grow, need to be completely removed. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After completing the pruning, wash the entire orchid thoroughly with clean water. This step helps remove dirt, remaining growing medium, dried plant sap, and damaged root fragments still attached to the plant after processing. In addition, washing also helps us inspect the condition of the roots and stem one more time before proceeding to sterilization or further recovery steps. When washing, gently run water around the roots and base of the plant to avoid damaging the healthy tissues. After washing, let the plant drain for a few minutes in a cool, well-ventilated place before continuing. To treat and disinfect the orchid before replanting, I will use turmeric powder. Turmeric powder is a very familiar natural ingredient that contains curcumin, along with many plant-based antioxidant compounds. In gardening, many people often use turmeric powder as an ingredient to support plant treatment after pruning because it helps keep the cut surface drier and reduces the growth of certain unwanted microorganisms. Especially for orchids that have just had damaged roots or diseased stems removed, treatment before replanting will help the plant have more favorable conditions during recovery. In addition, turmeric powder helps the cut surfaces dry more quickly and reduces the risk of fungi and bacteria entering from the external environment. As a result, the damaged tissues are better protected during this sensitive recovery stage after pruning. Now, I will use 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder and put it into a clean glass cup. Next, I will prepare 3 cloves of fresh garlic, peel them, and chop them finely so the active compounds inside can be released more effectively. Fresh garlic contains allicin, a natural compound formed when garlic is cut or crushed. Allicin is used by many gardeners in plant care solutions because of its properties that support cleaning and protecting plants from certain harmful environmental factors. For orchids that are weak, wilted, or have just had root pruning, treating them with natural ingredients such as garlic and turmeric can help clean the plant before replanting while creating more favorable conditions for recovery. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. After chopping, I will add all the garlic into the glass cup, together with the turmeric powder. Next, I will add about 500 milliliters of hot water into the cup containing the prepared turmeric powder and garlic. Use a spoon to stir well so the turmeric powder dissolves, and the natural active compounds in the garlic are released more effectively into the water. Finally, cover it and let it steep for about 3 hours. During this time, the nutrients and natural active compounds from the turmeric powder and garlic will gradually dissolve into the water, forming a solution used to treat the orchid before replanting. After 3 hours, we will strain out all the residue, keeping only the liquid for use on the orchid. Careful filtering helps completely remove coarse residues, making the solution cleaner and safer for use on both the roots and leaves. This also minimizes the risk of particles sticking to the leaf surface or accumulating in the growing medium, which could affect the plant's airflow and overall health. This is an important step to ensure the solution reaches a stable quality before being used in orchid care. After the solution has steeped long enough and all residue has been filtered out, I will continue by diluting it with about 1.5 liters of clean water. Stir well so the solution is completely combined before use. Dilution is very necessary because it helps make the concentration more suitable for orchids in the recovery stage. Now, I will soak the entire orchid in the diluted turmeric and garlic solution for about 10 minutes. This step helps the solution evenly contact the entire base, stem, and root system after cleaning and pruning. For orchids that have just undergone damaged root treatment or disease part removal, soaking the plant before replanting helps clean root surfaces and cut wounds while creating more favorable conditions for recovery later. After soaking for 10 minutes, I will gently remove the orchid from the solution and let the roots drain. Once the plant is dry and airy, we can begin replanting. At this point, I will use a transparent plastic pot like this, a pot that allows you to easily observe the root condition and moisture level inside. The growing medium I choose is still pine bark, a common material that is very suitable for orchids because of its excellent aeration and drainage. First, place a layer of breathable foam at the bottom of the pot. Then add a cushioning layer of pine bark on top. This layer helps create optimal airflow for the root system while preventing waterlogging and excessive moisture buildup inside the pot. Next, place the orchid in the center of the pot and gently adjust it so that the base of the plant just touches the surface of the pot without being buried too deeply. Then add more pine bark around it, using your hand to gently fill the gaps between the roots. This helps secure the plant so it stands firmly without damaging the roots. You should work slowly and avoid compacting the growing medium too tightly so the roots have enough space to grow and breathe better. To help the plant stand firmly and develop more steadily, use a small iron rod or bamboo stick and place it close to the base of the orchid. Then, use soft ties or clips to gently secure the base of the plant to the support stick, avoiding fastening too tightly so you do not damage the stem or roots. This method helps the plant maintain an upright shape and prevents it from falling over while developing new roots and attaching firmly to the growing medium. Finally, I will cover the surface of the pot with a thin layer of clean moss. This moss layer helps retain moisture better around the root area, especially during the stage when the orchid is recovering and beginning to form new young roots. In addition, moss also helps reduce water evaporation from the growing medium too quickly, maintaining a more stable environment for the plant during the first days after replanting. The thin moss layer also acts as a natural protective barrier, helping to prevent dust and harmful agents from falling directly onto the root zone. This helps keep the surrounding environment clean and reduces the risk of fungal diseases developing. Notably, the moss also makes it easier to monitor the moisture level of the pot. When the moss starts to dry out, it is a sign that the plant needs watering, making care more intuitive and accurate. When used at an appropriate thickness, the moss layer helps balance moisture retention and airflow, allowing the Phalaenopsis orchid to recover more effectively and develop new roots in a stable manner. After replanting, place the plant in a cool and airy location, and care for it by watering regularly to maintain humidity until the plant grows new roots again. If you have questions or want to share about orchids, please post on the community tab of the channel. Let us exchange and learn orchid care experiences together every day. Results after 5 months. After 5 months of care and recovery using this method, you can see that my Dendrobium orchid has changed completely. From a weak orchid with yellow leaves that was almost discarded, it has now grown strong with new stems that are plump, sturdy, and full of vitality. The leaves have also become darker green, thicker, and more evenly developed, showing that the plant is absorbing nutrients very well and has a stable growth process. With its current growth condition, the plant is accumulating enough energy to prepare for the next flowering season. If you continue maintaining a proper care routine and provide enough light, water, and nutrients, before long the plant will produce healthy flower spikes with many beautiful buds like this. This shows that even Dendrobium orchids that seem beyond recovery can still revive strongly if treated properly and cared for patiently. Do not rush to throw away weak orchids. With just a little time and care, they can bring you wonderful surprises in the future. What do you think about the recovery result of this orchid? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This Anthurium plant was left by the roadside with only the base remaining. At first glance, many people would think that the plant is dead and cannot be saved. However, after a closer inspection, I noticed that the base still had signs of life and was completely capable of recovering. In today's video, I will share with you how to revive an Anthurium plant that seems destined to be thrown away, using only simple ingredients commonly found in the kitchen that anyone can use at home. This method will help the plant gradually regain its vitality, stimulate the root system to grow again, and encourage new shoots to emerge from the mother plant. With proper care, the plant will gradually produce new offshoots, develop healthy green leaves more evenly, and regain stable growth. In the long term, the plant can fully recover, grow vigorously again, and even bloom when conditions are suitable. If you are new here, do not forget to subscribe so that you do not miss any plant growing, care, and propagation tips on the Wonder Garden channel. Let us get started. The first step in the recovery process is to gently remove the plant from the pot, as shown in the video. Next, remove some of the old soil around the base to carefully inspect the condition of the stem and root system. This helps us identify roots that are rotten, dried out, or damaged due to the plant being weakened for a long time. At the same time, examining the root system allows us to accurately assess the plant's health and choose the most suitable recovery method for the following steps. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After that, use specialized pruning scissors that have been disinfected with alcohol to ensure cleanliness during trimming. Next, remove all leaves that are dried out, severely sunburned, yellowing, or beyond recovery. At the same time, remove any dry roots, rotten roots, soft roots, or damaged root sections. Removing damaged plant parts helps the plant concentrate its nutrients on the remaining healthy tissues and reduces the risk of fungal diseases developing. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. Next, gently rinse the plant under clean running water as shown in the video. Washing the plant helps remove old soil, dirt, and impurities attached to the stem, leaves, and root system. At the same time, this step helps reduce fungi, bacteria, and harmful organisms that may remain on the plant after a long period of growth. In addition, when the root system becomes cleaner and more breathable, the plant can absorb water and nutrients more effectively, creating favorable conditions for recovery and the development of healthy new roots. Finally, place the plant in a dry, well-ventilated location away from direct sunlight so that it can dry naturally. This allows the cut surfaces to heal, reduces the risk of fungal infection, and minimizes stem rot and root rot. At the same time, the plant has time to rest and stabilize before entering the recovery and replanting stage. While waiting, prepare a solution to help clean and disinfect the plant. Here, I use baking soda. Baking soda contains sodium bicarbonate, a mildly alkaline compound commonly used in gardening to help clean plants and create a less favorable environment for certain fungal diseases. Prepare a glass or container with approximately 1 liter of clean water, as shown in the video. Next, add 1 tablespoon of baking soda and stir thoroughly until the baking soda is completely dissolved. Stirring thoroughly helps create a more uniform solution, allowing the ingredients to distribute evenly throughout the water, and increasing its effectiveness when used to clean and care for plants. When the plant has dried completely, gently place it into the baking soda solution for 15 minutes. Make sure that the entire base, stem, and root system are submerged in the solution as shown in the video, so that the solution can come into contact with all areas that require treatment. This helps clean the root system, remove dirt, and reduce the development of certain fungi and bacteria that may be attached to the plant. While waiting, we will prepare the growing medium for replanting. First, put on gloves to maintain cleanliness during the process and reduce direct contact with soil and impurities that may exist in the growing medium. Next, prepare 50% garden soil. Garden soil contains many natural minerals and retains nutrients well, helping provide a stable nutrient supply during growth. The next component is 50% coconut coir. Coconut coir retains moisture effectively, keeps the growing medium loose and airy, and creates favorable conditions for healthy root development. Prepare a clean pot, then place the garden soil and coconut coir into the pot and mix them thoroughly together. Mixing thoroughly ensures that all components are evenly distributed throughout the growing medium, creating a balanced environment of moisture, aeration, and nutrition that helps the plant recover and grow more easily after replanting. If you have questions or want to share about orchids, please post on the community tab of the channel. Let us exchange and learn orchid care experiences together every day. Now, the growing medium is ready. When the plant has soaked long enough in the disinfecting solution, gently remove it from the solution as shown in the video. Next, use a soft cloth or clean paper towel to dry the stem, leaves, and root system. Drying the plant helps remove excess moisture remaining on the surface, reducing prolonged dampness that could encourage fungal diseases. At the same time, the plant becomes more breathable and adapts more easily before being replanted into the new growing medium. The most important step is replanting the plant into a new pot. Prepare a pot with drainage holes, as shown in the video. These holes allow excess water to drain away after watering, reducing waterlogging, and creating a more breathable environment for root development. First, spread a layer of growing medium across the bottom of the pot. This layer provides support for the roots and helps secure the plant after replanting. Next, place the plant in the center of the pot so that the stem stands upright and the roots are evenly distributed. This helps the plant grow more evenly and remain stable during development. After that, gently cover the roots with another layer of growing medium to secure the plant. Do not compact the soil too tightly so that the roots can maintain the necessary airflow. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. The replanting process is now complete and easy to perform. The next step is to gently water around the base of the plant using clean water. Watering helps stabilize the growing medium, provides the moisture needed by the roots, and helps the plant adapt more quickly to its new environment after replanting. When watering, do so slowly around the base so that the water penetrates evenly into the growing medium without disturbing the root system or causing the plant to lean. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. Afterward, place the plant in a dry, well-ventilated location away from direct sunlight for 3 days. This environment helps reduce transplant stress, minimize water loss, and create favorable conditions for the root system to recover and develop more steadily during the first few days after replanting. After approximately 3 days, when the Anthurium plant has gradually adapted to its new environment, we will continue providing nutrients to support recovery and development. The ingredient I use here is rice. Rice contains starch and many natural minerals such as potassium, magnesium, and phosphorus. When soaked in water, some of these nutrients dissolve and create a solution that can be used to care for plants. First, prepare a clean glass cup, as shown in the video. Add approximately 3 tablespoons of rice. Then pour in 500 milliliters of clean room temperature water. Stir thoroughly so that the nutrients in the rice gradually dissolve into the water. Stirring helps improve the extraction process, creating a more uniform solution that is easier for plants to absorb. After soaking and stirring, use a strainer to remove the rice residue and keep only the clear liquid. This filtering step helps keep the solution clean, reduces sediment buildup, and prevents long-term effects on the growing medium surface. Next, add 500 milliliters of clean water to dilute the solution. Once completed, we have a natural nutrient solution ready to care for the Anthurium plant. First, Pour the solution into a spray bottle and gently spray it evenly over the entire base and stem of the Anthurium plant as shown in the video. The rice solution helps provide natural nutrients, supports healthier root development, and improves the plant's ability to absorb nutrients. For Anthurium plants that have become weakened or only have the base and stem remaining, regular application of this solution can help the plant recover more quickly, encourage the formation of new shoots, and create favorable conditions for new offshoots to emerge from the mother plant. By consistently applying this method approximately 2 times per week, the Anthurium base will gradually become more stable, develop healthy new roots, and produce new shoots over time. Pour the remaining solution into a clean bottle and store it in the refrigerator. Using this method, the solution can remain usable for approximately 3 days while maintaining its quality. This is a very convenient approach that saves preparation time and is especially suitable for busy people who still want to care for their plants regularly. When needed, simply take the solution out, pour it into a watering can, and gently water around the base of the plant. This helps provide moisture and nutrients to the root zone, supports more efficient nutrient absorption, and encourages stronger root development. As a result, the plant grows more steadily, develops greener leaves, and creates favorable conditions for producing new leaves and flowers in the future. If you want to learn the secret to caring for Phalaenopsis orchids, make sure to watch this video carefully until the end. Your orchids will become strong, grow new roots, and bloom vibrantly all year round. Results. After approximately 2 months of applying this method, the Anthurium plant showed significant improvement. From a sunburned and weakened plant, it recovered well and began producing new offshoots from the base of the mother plant. This is a sign that the root system is developing healthily and that the plant is growing steadily. The new leaves that emerged became darker green, thicker, and naturally glossy. Older leaves also gradually recovered, helping the entire plant become greener and more vigorous than before. After approximately 5 months of consistent care, the Anthurium plant developed exceptionally well. The leaves became thick, dark green, glossy, and more evenly distributed, creating a full and balanced canopy. The plant not only recovered completely, but also grew more vigorously than before. Most importantly, the plant began flowering again, producing characteristic Anthurium blooms that opened evenly, displayed vibrant colors, and lasted longer, bringing beautiful color and vitality to the growing space. What do you think about this method? Please leave your thoughts in the comments section so that we and everyone else can discuss it together. While taking a walk, I happened to find a clump of Cattleya orchids that had been discarded beside a garbage area. After taking a closer look, I noticed that almost the entire root system had been damaged and dried out from rot. That was probably the reason why the previous owner decided to throw it away without hesitation. For many people, this might seem like an orchid that is beyond saving. However, with my many years of experience growing and recovering orchids, I know that as long as the pseudobulbs remain healthy, the plant still has a chance to recover. Therefore, today I will bring this orchid clump home and show you step by step how to revive it. What makes this method special is that we do not need expensive chemicals or complicated equipment. With only a few simple ingredients that are easy to find and available in most kitchens, you can help the plant recover, develop a new root system, and regain its vitality. If applied correctly, after a period of care, the plant will grow vigorously, produce many new shoots, and bloom with beautiful flowers, just like the orchids sold in garden centers. Let us begin. To replant this orchid clump, I will first remove all roots that are damaged, rotten, or completely dried out, leaving only the healthy green tissue and pseudobulbs. You should use clean or sterilized scissors for this step to ensure clean cuts and reduce the risk of infection. Removing damaged parts prevents the plant from wasting nutrients on tissues that can no longer recover and reduces the risk of fungal diseases spreading to healthy sections. In addition, thoroughly cleaning and removing damaged roots helps improve airflow around the base of the plant, creating favorable conditions for healthy tissues to develop new roots more quickly. Once replanted in a clean, growing medium, the orchid can focus its energy on recovery and growth, rather than expending resources to combat lingering pathogens. Furthermore, removing old, weakened roots and damaged tissue helps reduce the risk of rot after repotting, especially during the period when the plant has not yet developed a complete root system. This significantly increases the plant's chances of survival, encourages early root development, promotes stable recovery, and lays the foundation for the emergence of new shoots and healthy vegetative growth. In the long term, a strong and healthy root system enables the orchid to absorb water and nutrients more efficiently, enhances its resistance to environmental stresses, and supports sustainable growth. As a result, the orchid is more likely to produce vigorous growth and beautiful blooms in future flowering seasons. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After pruning is completed, the orchid clump will be much neater. Next, thoroughly rinse the entire orchid with clean water. This step helps remove dirt, old growing medium residue, and damaged plant tissue that may still be attached to the plant. At the same time, washing allows us to inspect the actual condition of the orchid more clearly before proceeding with the next treatment steps. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. After washing, place the plant in a dry and well-ventilated location for a few minutes so that excess water can drain away before continuing the recovery process. To disinfect the orchid and help it recover more effectively, today I will use 3 cloves of garlic. Garlic contains allicin, a natural compound that forms when garlic is crushed or chopped. This compound has natural antibacterial and antifungal properties, which is why many gardeners use it to help clean plants. First, I will peel and finely chop the 3 cloves of garlic. In addition to allicin, garlic also contains sulfur compounds and trace elements that help create an unfavorable environment for many harmful bacteria and fungi. Chopping the garlic helps release allicin and other natural compounds more effectively. In addition, chopping the garlic into small pieces increases its surface area in contact with the water, allowing the nutrients to be extracted more quickly and evenly. As a result, the solution obtained can be more effective when used for plants. You should slice the garlic into thin pieces or cut it into moderately small chunks. There is no need to crush it completely. This method helps release the beneficial compounds efficiently, while also minimizing the loss of some of the garlic's natural essential oils. After chopping, I will place all of the garlic into a clean glass cup. Next, add approximately 500 milliliters of hot water. The hot water helps release the natural compounds in the garlic more quickly into the water, creating a solution that can be used to treat the orchid. After that, stir gently and cover the cup, allowing the solution to cool gradually. During this time, the active compounds in the garlic will dissolve into the water, creating a natural disinfecting solution for the orchid. After approximately 3 hours, when the garlic solution has cooled completely, I will strain out all of the garlic residue and keep only the liquid containing the extracted natural compounds and nutrients. Next, I will dilute the solution with approximately 500 milliliters of clean water to create a concentration that is more suitable for the orchid. Once the solution is ready, I will soak the entire base and lower stem of the orchid in the garlic solution for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. Soaking the orchid in the garlic solution helps clean the plant after pruning and may help reduce the development of certain fungi and bacteria that could attack fresh-cut surfaces. This step also creates better conditions for recovery, new root formation, and adaptation to the growing environment after treatment. While the orchid is soaking, I will use a soft cotton pad dipped in the garlic solution to gently wipe all of the leaves and pseudobulbs. Wiping the leaves helps remove dirt from the leaf surfaces, while keeping the plant cleaner and improving air circulation around the foliage. In addition, the garlic solution may help reduce the development of certain fungi and harmful insects that commonly appear on orchid leaves, helping the plant remain healthier during recovery. If you want to learn the secret to caring for Phalaenopsis orchids, make sure to watch this video carefully until the end. Your orchids will become strong, grow new roots, and bloom vibrantly all year round. After approximately 15 minutes of soaking, I will remove the orchid, allow excess water to drain for a few minutes, and begin mounting it onto the wood. To mount this Cattleya orchid, you will need a small piece of wood like this. At the top of the wood, I will install a screw or hanging hook so that the orchid can easily be hung in a suitable location once completed. You will also need several soft ties to secure the orchid to the wood during the initial stage. First, place a thin layer of moss on the surface of the wood. This layer of moss helps maintain gentle moisture around the root zone and creates favorable conditions for the orchid to adapt during the early stages after mounting. Next, use soft ties to secure the moss to the wood and prevent it from shifting. Securing the moss firmly helps it stay in close contact with the surface of the wood, creating a stable environment for root development and reducing the risk of the moss becoming loose or drying out too quickly during the care process. This also allows the plant's roots to attach to the growing medium more easily, improving its ability to recover and promoting healthy growth. Then place the orchid clump on top of the moss and adjust its position so that the plant is balanced and has enough space for future shoot development. Finally, use soft ties to secure the orchid firmly to the wood. Because the moss acts as a moisture-retaining cushion beneath the plant, the roots will not come into direct contact with the dry wood surface, allowing new roots to develop more easily during the early stage. Once the plant begins producing new roots, those roots will naturally seek areas with suitable moisture levels and attach themselves to the moss and wood, helping the orchid become increasingly stable and securely attached over time. During the first 3 days, do not water the orchid. Instead, hang the plant in a cool and well-ventilated location away from direct sunlight. After 3 days, 3 days after mounting the orchid onto the wood, I will prepare a natural fertilizer to provide nutrients and help the orchid develop a new root system more quickly. First, I will use 3 small tablespoons of rice. Rice contains starch and natural minerals such as potassium, phosphorus, and trace elements that provide gentle nutrition during the recovery stage. Next, I will add 1 tablespoon of coffee powder. Coffee contains natural minerals such as potassium and magnesium, along with organic compounds that help support root activity and improve the overall vitality of the plant. Finally, add approximately 500 milliliters of hot water to help extract the nutrients into the water more quickly. After that, stir the mixture thoroughly, cover it, and allow it to steep for approximately 5 hours. During this period, the nutrients from the rice and coffee will gradually dissolve into the water, creating a natural nutrient solution for the orchid. After 5 hours, strain out all of the residue and keep only the nutrient-rich liquid. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. Next, dilute the solution with approximately 500 milliliters of clean water before use. Method 1. Root watering. Pour the solution into a watering container and gently water around the base of the orchid and the moss surrounding the roots. This method allows nutrients to gradually reach the root zone and supports recovery and healthy new root development. Method 2. Misting. Pour the remaining solution into a spray bottle. Then spray evenly over the pseudobulbs, leaves, and the area around the orchid clump. The fine mist helps the orchid absorb moisture more effectively while providing gentle nutrition during the stage when new roots are developing. Now we have completed the process of remounting this Cattleya orchid clump. With proper care and moisture management, the orchid will soon develop new roots and grow more vigorously. Let us take a look at the beautiful flowers in my garden, all of which are cared for using simple yet effective organic methods and fertilizers. Every orchid pot is the result of patience and dedication, from reviving weak plants and stimulating root growth to nurturing them until they grow vigorously and bloom consistently. What do you think about this method of growing and recovering orchids? When applied correctly, even a plant that appears ready to be discarded can become healthy, green, and capable of blooming again. Today I accidentally picked up several peace lily plants that had been abandoned by the roadside. You can see that the base and root system of the plants have become very weak. Many roots have turned black and almost completely rotted. Perhaps many people would think that these plants can no longer be saved, but based on my experience, if they are cared for correctly, the plants can absolutely recover and become green and healthy again. In today's video, I will share with you an extremely simple plant care method that brings very effective results. The special thing is that we only use familiar ingredients already available right in the kitchen. This method will help support the plants in recovering more quickly, stimulate the development of new roots, help the leaves become glossier green, and create conditions for the plants to become healthy again after severe weakness. Let us begin. First, you need to remove all yellow leaves and any roots that have become mushy and rotten from the plant. These damaged leaves and roots no longer have the ability to recover. If they remain on the plant, they will continue causing the plant to waste nutrients unnecessarily. In addition, trimming away the damaged parts early also helps limit the spread of fungal diseases and bacteria to the remaining healthy parts of the plant. When properly removed, the plant will focus nutrients more effectively on recovering the new root system, developing healthier leaves and quickly regaining vitality. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After completely removing all rotten roots and damaged leaves, I will rinse the entire plant thoroughly again with clean water. This step helps remove rotten fluids, dirt, and damaged root fragments still remaining around the base of the plant. In addition, cleaning the plant also helps limit bacteria and fungal diseases still attached to the root system, creating more favorable conditions for the plant to recover and develop healthy new roots later. After that, I will place the plant in a dry, airy location for a while to prepare for the next treatment step. To treat and support recovery for this peace lily plant, today I will use half of a leftover red onion to make a natural disinfecting solution for the plant. Red onions contain many natural antibacterial compounds, antioxidants, and organic sulfur that help support limiting bacteria, fungal diseases, and reducing the risk of root rot for the plant. In addition, the natural nutrients in red onions also help stimulate root system activity and support the plant in recovering more healthily after becoming weakened. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. Next, I will place all of the red onion into a clean glass cup. Then add about 500 milliliters of clean water. Use a blender to thoroughly blend this mixture. When thoroughly blended, the nutrients and natural compounds in the red onion will be released more effectively into the water, helping the solution produce better results when used for the plant. Finally, I will filter out all of the residue, keeping only the nutrient-rich red onion water for use on the plant. Next, dilute the solution with an additional 500 milliliters of clean water to reduce the concentration and help the plant absorb it more safely. After that, I will soak the entire peace lily plant in this solution for about 10 minutes. Soaking in this way helps the solution directly contact the base, the leaves, and the remaining healthy roots of the plant, supporting disinfection, limiting fungal diseases, and creating favorable conditions for the plant to recover and develop new roots more effectively. At the same time, this step also helps remove dirt residue and mold from the leaves, keeping the leaves cleaner, more airy, and improving the plant's photosynthesis process. While the plant is soaking in the treatment solution for about 10 minutes, I will prepare the soil mixture for replanting the peace lily plant. First, I will use about 50% garden soil. Garden soil contains many natural minerals and has good nutrient retention ability, helping provide a stable nutrient source for the plant throughout the development process. Next is about 50% coconut coir. Coconut coir has excellent moisture retention ability while still ensuring airflow for the root system, helping limit soil compaction or excessive water accumulation around the base of the plant. Finally, I will thoroughly mix these two ingredients together. In addition, coconut coir also helps the root system develop more easily and supports the plant in recovering more quickly after weakness. That is it. We now have a loose growing medium mixture that retains moisture well while still draining effectively. Very suitable for planting and restoring weak or root-rotted peace lily plants. After 10 minutes, I will begin replanting this peace lily plant. Next, use a soft cloth to gently wipe away excess water remaining on the roots and leaves. This helps prevent prolonged excessive moisture that could lead to root rot or create favorable conditions for fungal diseases. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language, comment below, and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. Now, we will begin repotting the plant. First, prepare a pot with drainage holes, as shown in the video. First, I will spread a thin layer of soil across the bottom of the pot. This soil layer will create a stable foundation for the root system, while also helping improve drainage at the bottom of the pot. Next, gently place the peace lily plant into the center of the pot. You should keep the plant standing upright and allow the roots to spread naturally so the plant can grow more evenly and steadily after replanting. After that, continue adding soil around the root system and lightly cover the top to secure the plant in place. This soil layer will help maintain moisture for the root system, protect the base of the plant, and create a stable environment for the plant to quickly adapt after repotting. That is it. We have completed replanting the peace lily plant. Next, I will prepare a plastic cup, as shown in the video, then gently place the plant pot on top of it. This method helps keep the planting area cleaner and makes it easier to collect excess water after watering. When watering, you only need to use clean water and gently water around the base of the plant. The excess water will slowly drain down and collect inside the cup underneath the pot. Finally, you only need to pour away this excess water, then add a small amount of clean water into the cup. This water will gradually evaporate upward into the plant pot, helping create stable humidity around the root system and the growing soil. This method helps prevent the plant from drying out too quickly, especially useful for plants that have just been repotted or are still in the recovery stage. At the same time, maintaining gentle and stable humidity like this also helps the plant grow more healthily, while still limiting the risk of waterlogging and root rot. Place the plant in cool, airy locations away from harsh, direct sunlight. After about 3 days following repotting, I will continue preparing another natural nutrient solution to help provide the plant with enough nutrients to recover and grow more healthily. Today, I will use about 3 spoons of oats. Oats contain many B vitamins, natural minerals, and organic nutrients that help support the root system in developing more healthily, while also providing a gentle energy source for the plant during the recovery process. Next, I will add about 500 milliliters of warm water. Then stir thoroughly so the nutrients in the oats gradually dissolve into the water. Warm water will help the nutrient extraction process happen more quickly and help the solution become richer in nutrients when used for the plant. After that, close the lid and steep the mixture for about 3 hours. After 3 hours, when the steeped solution has rested long enough, I will filter out the residue and keep only the nutrient-rich liquid. After the steeping process is complete, I will continue diluting the solution with an additional 500 milliliters of clean water. The next ingredient I will use is vitamin B1. Vitamin B1, when combined with the natural nutrients contained in oats, will create a very effective recovery solution for the peace lily plant. This solution helps stimulate root system activity, supports the plant in reducing stress after repotting, and helps the plant develop healthier leaves and roots during the following period. The first method, I will pour the solution into a small cup, then gently water it directly around the base of the plant. When watering, the nutrients from the oats and vitamin B1 will gradually penetrate down into the root zone, supporting the plant in recovering more quickly and stimulating the root system to develop more healthily. In addition, this solution also helps the plant reduce stress after repotting, supports greener, healthier leaves, and helps the plant develop more steadily during the following period. Method 2. Pour the solution into a mist spray bottle. Then lightly and evenly spray around the entire leaf canopy of the peace lily plant. The fine mist form helps the leaves absorb natural nutrients more quickly, while also supporting the maintenance of gentle humidity for the plant. In addition, vitamin B1 combined with the nutrients from oats also helps the leaves become greener and healthier, reduces yellow leaves, and supports the plant in recovering better after repotting or weakness. Results after 3 months. My peace lily plant, after about 3 months of recovery, has developed very well. The plant has become greener, healthier, and much larger in size compared to when I first picked it up. The leaves are glossy green, thicker, and the stems have also become firmer and much more full of vitality. Especially, the root system of the plant is developing very steadily, with many new roots continuously appearing. This proves that as long as the plant is cared for correctly, proper moisture is maintained, and nutrients are supplemented appropriately. Even weakened or abandoned, peace lily plants can completely recover and become healthy again. These results show that with proper care and patience in accompanying the plant, even a peace lily plant that once seemed impossible to recover can absolutely become green and healthy again, develop strongly, and regain its original beauty. From a discarded plant with a weakened root system, the plant has now become much fresher, with glossier green leaves and full of vitality. This also shows that love, patience, and passion for plant care are the most important things that help plants revive and grow healthier every day.